Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Loving It on Keto. Hey, you guys, we're doing something different today. I have a lady coming to my home because she is going to microblade my eyebrows. So I have some. Charlie got hers done last weekend, and they're beautiful. You guys, so I'm so excited because we have invisible eyebrows. And mine are gonna be done. Don't look at the no makeup.
Look straight at me.
I am looking straight at you.
Yeah.
Why do I look cross-eyed or something?
Yeah, you need them done.
Thank you. Thank you. So what we're doing today, I've been wanting to make this ever since I got my sous vide. Thank you, Jim, so much. I have been wanting to make like the Starbucks version of the egg bites. I want to make these so we can take them to work for lunches and stuff, you guys. So come look at my little assembly line that I've got here. I have got the 4-ounce jamming jars, just the 4-ounce ones. Okay. I've got some spray because I'm going to put a little bit in there so they don't stick. I have got I've got 300 grams of egg whites, or 8 eggs, and 2 eggs with the yolk. I kind of want the yellow yolk color, and I want a dinky winky bit of fat to go in the eggs, but have it low enough that we can eat it on the protein sparing modified fast day. Now, I don't have any heavy cream, so I am putting in a 1/2 cup of the organic coconut unsweetened. You guys can use 1/2 and 1/2. You can use real cream. I'm using less than what the recipe says because I want to taste it first. I don't want it to be too runny. And anytime you're using a different medium in your mix, even if it's a batter, a different flavor, a different milk replacement, it can change the consistency. So another thing is I don't have any not real vegetables. I don't have any fresh vegetables. So I broke out the onions. My dehydrated onions. I broke out some of my celery flakes. I put a tablespoon of each of my onions and of my celery, just a tablespoon of each. But then I put in 1/4 teaspoon of my organic seasoned salt by Redmond. I put in just a sprinkle of parsley. And I put in just a pinch of chives. And then I just did a couple of grinds of pepper. I want mostly egg with a little bit of meat in it. So I got some Hormel pepperoni pizza babies. I've got 2 slices of bacon chopped, and then I've got 2 of the Johnsonville turkey sausage. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna spray just a little bit in here. These are such little containers.
They are very small. I thought you used the 8s.
No, those are for a different thing I plan on making.
Oh, okay.
I just want to put a little bit on, and then I'm gonna wipe the sides with the paper towel.
Staying away from the grease, man. I'm not getting
I am
close.
staying away from the grease.
No, I am with this freaking camera.
And you guys, I apologize. I did spray my chicken on a carnivore day with the olive oil, not even thinking. You can tell don't do carnivore very often. And I apologize. And yes, our cake did have keto chow, and it should have. I did the recipe and I put it into Fitbit, and there should have been a couple of carbs in it, and I said no carbs. So that was my bad. I have to go back and refigure that recipe because I don't know why it did that. And I might have made an error. I'm sure it's operator error. Operator error to Wendy. So in my blender, I am putting my eggs. And I've got I have the sous vide on, and I want to share that. I've got the water, and I have got a crab pot, crab or lobster pot. It's got this inner basket in it. So I am heating this bath water up to 172 degrees Fahrenheit, and we will be cooking it one hour. There. For 1 hour, the temperature's going up, so we're waiting for it to go up. Oh, you have to hit. Why isn't it? Okay, so it's got to come up to 10. But in the meantime, first I want to blend my egg whites. I don't want to over whip them, but I want to whip them. And see, with the yolk, it gives me the yellow color. To this, I want to just put a little bit of my blending in this. Just a little bit, probably 2. I want to see what that looks like. I don't want it over spiced because these are small jars, okay? So now I'm going to put my cream in. I have a 1/2 cup of my coconut, unsweetened coconut milk in there. And it does not taste like coconut because Harry would not drink it if it did.
That's right.
Now, here's a question for everybody. Maybe Chalice, you can help me out here. Should I put the meat, should I drop little pieces into the egg separately? Or should I put this into the egg batter?
Well, it's gonna.
No, because you want
grind it up.
even amounts.
Okay, so I want to put them in the little cups. So Harry, here you go. I'm going to put all my seasoning away on my huge big counter here so I can move stuff around. You guys do not have to go out and buy dehydrated vegetables. Use the vegetables you want in your egg bites. I have them because this is what I use to make my bone broth, which is almost bone broth season. I'm excited. As soon as it turns cool, I start making it in the kitchen. Now, let me put this away because I want to get so what I'm going to use is a different, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cups here. I'm going to take this, I'm going to leave that there. I'm taking it down. So, let me come back. The nice thing about using jamming jars, you guys, is you can take these anywhere with you. And as they cook, we want to put the lid on finger tight only because we want the air bubbles to escape. And once they cook, they're going to self-seal just like they would jam or jelly or preserves. So you can keep them in the refrigerator longer, and then you can take these to work like I plan on doing and just open them up, and you can heat them in the jar part, take the lid off, or you can just eat them the way they are.
Will water go in there if they're loose?
No. Nope, because air displaces, keeps the water out. And then as it displaces the air, it will seal the lid.
We shall see.
We shall see. That's what the instructions say to do. So I'm putting the eggs. So I think what I'll do is I'll put 6 pieces of pepperoni in, 2 of them. That's why I like the little pepperonis, because you're getting the taste, but you're not getting all the fat that goes with it. I'm going to take a couple that want bacons. And you guys, another thing I saw them do is you don't have to crumble the bacon. You can just cut it in thirds, stick the piece in the middle. That looks pretty. You don't have to cut your sausage up. But I like the smaller pieces because we're dealing with smaller jars. So I'm putting about 6 pieces in each of the meat. I'm gonna make another bacon because Harry likes bacon. Put a little bit of bacon in there. Now this one I will make, excuse me honey, I can't see. This one is bacon, pepperoni, and sausage. A couple of each. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Maybe I'll steal from. Put a couple of bacon, sausage, and pepperoni. Like 3 pieces of pepperoni, 3 pieces of sausage. And then I'll put a combination in here too. You guys can use the meat you want. You guys don't have to put any meat in. If you're vegetarian, you could put broccoli and mushrooms in here. There's all kinds of ways to do this. I'm just doing a few different versions so you guys get the idea. So I am gonna set this aside, the meat aside, 90 minutes, an hour and a half. They'll cook for an hour and a half. Now, I'm gonna pour what eggs I have in, and hopefully. So you wanna put them up to the jar, the top of the bottom of the jar line. And let me get something here real quick, because I don't want to fold them. I think I overbeat them. I hope that the foam isn't gonna be an issue. Okay, now, up to the top. I just want to put some in here and then, oops, might be a little bit too much. Trying to get, I'll show you where the line is that I'm using, you guys, in just a minute. This is my egg whites. So I'm just gonna add pure egg whites to these 2 that are left and top these up where they're at least to the line. And I'll show you right here. I'm putting it up to this line, the top of where the lid goes on. And then because these on the end don't have any seasoning, I'm just gonna stir my seasoning and just put a little bit in there. So come see, because I just put a little bit in there, Harry. You can put a little on top, you can put a little bit in through there. So now I'm gonna close these up. Place the bottom part of the lid on. And when you guys turn these, you want to seal it finger tight so that it will self-seal itself in the jar. So. And I have to make sure, because sometimes I don't get things on very good, so. Let's go with these, yes. You guys can make several batches throughout the day, an hour and a half. You know, you can change them out. I like the canning jars because when they're done, we clean them up and just save them in the box that they came in for the next time. And another thing is these look really nice. They're pretty. When they're in the glass jar, if you have a brunch or you have people over, you can serve them their little egg in a cup. You can put a little crumble on top of bacon or a little bit of cheese. You notice I didn't put any cheese in these because we're mostly dairy free on our carnivore and our protein sparing modified fast day. Otherwise there would be cheese in this all day long. But I did not put it in, so I can't get into trouble when I forget or I don't remember or I didn't mark which egg has cheese in it and which egg does not. Okay, so they are ready to go in. Here's the neat thing. You can stack these in your sous vide on top of each other, and that actually helps weigh them down and keep them in the water bath while they are cooking. So.
What's that?
Well, I need to get it off the, kind of away from the handle. It's at 101. Let's come back when the water bath is ready.
Say it again. I wasn't
It's 101 degrees. It has to come up to 172, which is quite warm. So we'll come back when the sous vide's ready and the egg bites are ready to put in the bath water. Okay, you guys, our sous vide just beeped. It's up to temp, which is 172. So set them in the water bath. And then you can stack. Put some on the other side so it doesn't go lopsided. And don't have it touch the sous vide at the bottom. Don't rattle the egg whites around too much. On top. Excellent job, Harry. So the jars are going to be a little bit buoyant because remember there's some trapped air, and look at the bubbles are starting to come out already of the ones in the water. You're going to see water bubbles coming up, and that's the air coming out of the egg jar. See that? See all the air coming in? Mm-hmm. Okay, you guys, this is exciting. We'll come back when the sous vide is done and Harry can take it out because I'm going to be getting my eyebrows done. We're going to set it all up right here in the kitchen. I asked her if we could film a little bit and she said yes. We don't want to make her nervous because I don't want goofy looking eyebrows. So we're going to share some of that.
In other words, I should bump into her at the most.
Yeah, no, you should not. You're not going to be hanging over her, whacking her in the nose or something. No siree.
Okay.
Now, why did it go down to 170?
Because you got things in there.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
So it'll come back up, and just after it warms up everything.
You guys, the nice part is when we want to remove these, we take the sous vide off, we grab the handle, and can take the whole thing out at once.
Yeah.
Makes it easier for me because my hands lock. For those of you who are new, my hands lock and don't do what they're supposed to, and that's just easier to bring them out of the bath when they're all hot and delicious and cooked. So I'm excited. Anyway, you guys, we'll come back when we bring the sous vide egg bites out of their bath. Yes, indeed. You guys, the microblading technician is here, Elizabeth. She's going to be doing me here in the kitchen. I've got my layout. She's got her lighting and everything. I'm going to be here staying perfectly still. That's going to be hard for me. Yes, indeed.
I want to see if you don't talk.
And then she has everything. Well, I'm allowed to move my mouth.
As long as your eyebrows don't
Yeah, as long as my eyebrows don't move, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you guys, come over here real quick, Harry, because the sous vide is, my egg bites are doing marvelous. And they have 51 minutes left. And then Harry's going to come and just turn off the sous vide, unplug it, and take the whole bath out and just set it on this towel. Should I put two towels under it, do you think? Just to kind of hold it?
It's probably gonna be wet.
That's what I'm thinking. It'll be wet. Okay, you guys, let's do this. Fingers crossed I get pretty eyebrows.
I
You like
like
'em?
them.
Do you need the mirror?
Do I have eyebrows?
You do.
Woohoo! Let's see. I have eyebrows. I'm so excited.
You don't have to pencil
See.
those puppies.
Yep, got him now.
Oops, this mirror's falling. I'm excited. I am. Now where's
we're
my
twins.
glasses so I can
Right here.
really see?
So if people are in Arizona and they want to get this done, where they can get a hold of you at?
They can get a hold of me at EKS Beauty Boutique on Instagram.
Thank you, Elizabeth. They're beautiful. I love them. I had a really bad scar right
can
here,
barely see it.
and you can't see it. It's actually got hair.
Okay, I'm gonna break into one of those
We want eggs.
eggs.
Yep, y'all want eggs. Hey, you guys. Harry wants some of the protein sparing modified fast Italian seasoned bread buns that I make.
Yes.
He wants me to make them with the beef keto chow because it
Yes.
makes a denser, beautiful bun.
Yes.
And we are having
it
turkey
tastes so good.
burgers on the buns for dinner tonight. So I've got everything out. I've got 500 grams of egg whites. And you guys, the Kirkland egg whites are whipping up better than the Lucerne or the Bob's or the best egg whites so far for me. So I'm gonna leave my cream of tartar over to the side because I wanna get the rest of my ingredients, okay? So instead of using a whole cup of the egg white protein powder, it seems like 2/3 of a cup is working really good for me. So this is 1/3 of a cup, so I need 2 of these. At least it works when I put the keto chow in mine. Also, I'm trying to save money. Okay, if you guys live
Good
in
idea.
Canada, it's harder to get the egg white protein powder, and it's expensive no matter where you live. And then the same with allulose. I have found that if I just use 2 tablespoons of allulose, it's working out pretty good. I still get a browned crust that I would with the 1/4 of a cup, but I'm using half. And I really like that, you guys. My keto chow is 1 scoop of the keto chow beef base. And you guys, you don't taste the beef, do you, Harry?
No.
It just makes it more dough-like, more bread-like. It's a thicker, a little denser, and less meringue than the original protein sparing modified fast recipe is. I just really like it, and there's so many variations out there, you guys. Choose the one that works best for you, and of course, Maria Emmerich's protein sparing modified fast, her original recipe is, of course, I think the simplest and easiest if you're new and a novice, but I just have to add all the spices and stuff to mine. So I've got my active dry yeast. Now remember, we're putting active dry yeast in our bread for the taste. Normal bread is made with grain, which has sugars in it, and your active yeast eats the grain and secretes gas, thus making the bread rise. There's no sugar in our bread, so there's nothing for the active yeast to become activated and rise. So it's just for the bread flavor alone. That's what we're using. Now, I'm gonna put in, now nutritional yeast, if you use 2 tablespoons, it's 3 carbs. I'm using 1 teaspoon. So I'm getting the flavor without the, here it is, 1 teaspoon. I'm getting some flavor, the nutty flavor of nutritional yeast, which is different than active yeast. This is a byproduct of when they make beer, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah,
it?
it is. and it's very
No
healthy.
wonder I like it.
It has
so much.
all the it has iron, potassium, thiamine. It has the B vitamins, B1, B2, B3, B6, B9, and vitamin B12. And as a vegan, we ate this on a regular basis because vegans are low in vitamin B12. So this is a good, delicious, nutritious way of adding some vitamin B vitamins to the mix. So I'm going to use my Tuscan style, Italian McCormick style seasoning, because this is Harry wants this today.
He's Harry does.
He's excited. Now, you guys can modify this for you, but I like garlic. So we're using half a teaspoon of garlic.
How much is that?
Just half a teaspoon. Half teaspoon of onion, if you have onion powder or onion granules. Onion, garlic.
Do the corkscrew. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I love Redmond organic seasoned salt in mine. And I put a half a teaspoon. It's delicious. So I just say to you, you can put just rosemary in here. You can put thyme and rosemary in here. You don't have to use the garlic or the onion. You can use regular Redmond sea salt. Make it your own, but we really, really love this particular recipe.
Oh yeah.
We really, really do. So what I am doing over here is I am getting my teaspoon of cream of tartar. Now remember, cream of tartar, the rule of thumb, I Googled it, like what is cream of tartar, why do we use it? And you guys, cream of tartar has potassium.
Oh.
So
that's good for guys.
by adding a whole teaspoon instead of half, you get your potassium. It helps the egg whites consistency. And the rule of thumb was 1/8 of a teaspoon per egg, which is a lot because... So for me, in my 500 grams, I find 1 or 2 teaspoons, and in this recipe, 1 teaspoon works really well. So, but you know, there's different recipes out there, and everybody, there's some really good ones out there too. It's like pizza. There's a million pizza recipes out there right now too, and it's which one works best for you. What kind of crust do you like? What consistency do you like? Same thing with the bread. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this on. It's gonna beat for 7 to 9 minutes. 7 is usually pretty good. Okay, gotta put the dry ingredients down the chute. That smells so good. I'm gonna turn it on high and count to 10. Literally, you can overdo it and make it styrofoam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Man, I'm telling you, the Kirkland egg whites are really whipping really well. Of course, we don't have its dry heat. No humidity here. Okay, now just make sure that the rest of the powder on the side gets incorporated just a little bit. Kind of churn it up from the bottom. Looks delicious. I spray this particular kind of pan with the organic extra virgin olive oil. Now you guys, I used the Chosen Foods avocado oil and it just doesn't do as good of a job. This is fabulous, and I learned about this on Jelly's channel, Fat to Keto, because I was having a heck of a time learning how to use this pan, which I now adore. So we're making hamburger buns. Yes, we are. Just blop some dough in the bowl. Drop some bowl in the. And this one's the one. Oh gosh, that keto chow just yum. Dollop some batter in. Batter or dough? I don't know which one. Dough, I think, is pertaining to something with. Batter can be anything. I don't know. Let me just kind of get these smeared in here really good so that we don't have holes in our buns, because these are going to be hamburger buns, you guys. These are going to be sandwich buns. Harry's been bugging me for a real hamburger.
Yep.
And,
that's what I want.
And he wants it with a bun.
Yep.
He's like, I want it with a bun, Wendy. I want it with a bun. And you guys, there are several different of these mesh pans. Somebody asked me. These were given to me as a gift, and I don't have the name of them. I do know they measure about...
Yeah, but I put it as a link.
Okay, they measure... The important thing is the depth. And it's 1.6 inches deep.
This one.
Okay, this one is. And because if you look at the depth of it and you're not sure... The short hamburger bun top ones are going to be much shallower than 1 6 inches deep. If you get one that's this 1 6 inches deep, that's the one I have. Let me see, what am I going to do with this? Should I make a little, let me make a little loaf of bread.
The leftover.
Mm-hmm. These really whipped nice today.
Yeah, didn't they?
The cake whipped really nice. My, the bread dough really whipped nice, or batter, bread batter. You guys, tell me, what's the difference between batter and dough? I know dough is for breads, and this is bread, but there's no wheat in it, so if there's no grain, is it turned to batter? Or does it, you know, what's the correct...
batter's for cake, right?
What's that? Well, it's for a lot of things. That's why I was trying to figure it out. Since I never went to chef school, cooking school of any kind, other than my 8th grade class. Home economics. Yes, indeed. Back in the day when they were teaching you to be good little housewives, future housewives of America. We learned all kinds of stuff. $3.25. Okay, well that's good.
Perfect.
That worked. Harry's getting buns. Yes, he is. And then I've got a little loaf of bread going in. Why isn't this going in? There. Get it as close to the middle as I can. Okay, you guys. We'll come back when it's buns and bread. Okay, you guys, while my buns and bread are cooking, I'm going to make my ground turkey patties. So come on over here. I have got a pound of the 93% lean, 7% fat ground turkey. I'm going to use 1 egg to bind it with. And in this little bowl, I've got 1/4 teaspoon of each of these. I have 1/4 teaspoon of each. Organic seasoned salt, garlic salt, Italian seasoning, smoked paprika, parsley, and chives. There's exactly 1/4 teaspoon of each. So I'm just going to put this in here, just kind of sprinkle it together, put it on top of my meat. And I'm just going to mix it up. Turkey doesn't have a lot of flavor, and neither does ground chicken, and we want a nice, flavorful, delicious burger, don't we, Harry?
Yep.
Make sure they're all nice and neat and pretty. I'm gonna make 3. When the buns come out of the oven, we'll put the meat in the air fryer. Because these are turkey, I suggest you spray the inside of your pan in the air fryer because there's not enough fat to keep these from sticking. So I'm gonna spray them with a little olive oil. I'm guesstimating the circumference of my buns. There you guys go. When the buns and the bread come out and start cooling, these will go in, and by the time these are done, the buns should be cool enough to pull out of the little pockets. So anyway, you guys come back when I put the turkey burger together. Okay, Harry, you get to pull out the buns. Dropsies, you got the dropsies. Oh yeah. And you guys, I only used 1 tablespoon of allulose or 2. What did I use? Because they're beautiful. They don't need any more, that's for sure.
All right, there you go.
Look at that, look at that. Aren't they beautiful? They are lovely. Yes, indeed. Protein sparing modified fast with keto chow beef base soup, which makes them double protein for the day. Yes, indeed. We can use these all week because they are made with the keto chow beef base. It is made with beef protein and beef bone broth. Okay, I'm going to turn on. I've got my patties in.
Yep, they ready.
Gonna cook them?
Did you spray it?
Yes, I did. And we'll come back when we plate our turkey burgers. Yes, indeed. Getting the buns out.
Get your buns out.
Look how easy that is.
Oh wow, that one came right
That
out.
just popped right out. Just push from the
Nice.
bottom and hold the outside. How many do you want? 2?
2.
Okay.
I want 2.
You want 2, man. 2. Look at that.
Looks so good. Oh boy.
Look how nice this was with a smaller amount of allulose
Yeah.
and a little less egg white, protein powder, and look how nice those turned out. Right? And they're
Just like bread.
they do. They're really nice texture.
Pull those so we get texture. Nice.
Sally says it's 4 o'clock. Funny how dogs have an internal clock. They know what time it is.
You know what time it is, Sal?
Yes, she says it's eating time, Dad.
Time for babies to eat. Ooh, look at that.
Yum. Mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup, and pickles. Yes, indeed. Look at that, you guys. Delicious. Turkey burgers on Italian seasoned buns, you guys. Woo, man.
Oh, hey, I thought I'd share this with you guys before they're all gone because everybody's been eating them that's here that's been working on Wendy's eyebrows. You know. And so this is what they look like on the inside. Of course, I've been eating it, but, you know, you can kind of get an idea, right? And there's a bite. This one had bacon in it. I don't know if you can see that piece of bacon in there or not. Right? Anyways, I guess I can't eat in front of you, so I'm going to close this out because Wendy can't do it. So if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and ring the little bell so you get notifications. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys right here tomorrow. How'd I do? Pretty good? See you later. Bye.